Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, For the Kingdom Ministries, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. Today we're talking about all into the assignment. You all know for the past 2 weeks, I've been talking about the assignment. We started really with Easter, with talking about Jesus completing his assignment. Do you have your assignment? And then God said, well, April, you're going to talk about assignment. That was in my blog, that was in my newsletter. So I'm praying that about my assignments and possible new assignments, and I don't know. So we all in this together. So this is not me telling you about anything that I'm not going through myself. And let me just say that right off the top. Anything that I seek to inspire, motivate, empower, teach, or instruct about, I've already been through it first. So we end this together. I'm not coming against anybody because I have to be the first partaker. Ouch. Because it starts with me. And then I'm just a messenger. I'm just delivering the mail. Okay. I'm delivering the message. So the scripture text I'm using today is taken from Esther. Now, as some of you know, I've said this for years. Ruth was always my girl because I write romance fiction and I'm all about that. But Esther, that's the entrepreneur assignment girl. That was the girl that was very strategic. So my strategic self really gravitates to Esther. And as shameless plug, I've written a book, 21 Lessons from Esther. It's called Queen. And of course, you can always get it on my online store, juliaroystonstore.com. But taken from Esther 4:16, I go in unto the king, which is not according to law, to the law. So she was breaking the law. But if I perish, I perish. We used to even have a song, I'm going to see the king. If I perish, let me perish. I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'm 60. Okay, so you have to be raised in the Pentecostal Apostolic Church. And if you're 55, 60 and up, you would know that song. But anyway, so it was a old school song, but it really was designed to motivate you and let you know the assignment that God has for you. You're risking everything. You're risking it all. And Esther was literally risking her life. She was risking her reputation, her position, because the queen before her had already been fired. Hello. So, but she had a whole kingdom. Israel was depending on her. Her position, her assignment was critical to everyone's survival. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in that position that people are depending on you. Sidebar. So I recently I watched all the drafts. I listened to. I'm a sports geek, and I'm really never played sports. I was in the marching band up in the stands. Hello, but I like the strategic moves that people make and the logistics, and I take bits and pieces and apply it to my own business and to my own life. Now everything doesn't fit me because I'm not, buying and selling and trading and all that, but I'm buying and selling and I'm trading and I'm making moves, and I want to keep my momentum going. So I listen into that. And I realized watching the WNBA draft, I'll watch the NFL draft, I'll watch all of that some of these young people are literally transforming the lives of their entire family. Not just mama and daddy and my two sisters and brothers, but there could be extended family, big mama, grandmama, whose livelihood and future depends on what they do on the court, on the field, on the baseball field, on the football field, whatever that looks like. So therefore, when you have people depending on you, it causes you to think totally different. to move totally different, to be consistent, totally different, to be committed, totally different. So therefore, Mordecai, her uncle, had told her, now listen, girl, you're in this spot. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. But we're not going for your beauty for this. That's going to get you in the door. It's your brain and your ability to follow instructions and complete the assignment that's going to be critical to this whole operation, to all our lives. All of Israel is relying on you. You in the spot. And then once she got in the spot, she not only influenced just the king, that was the last of it, but she influenced all her handmaids, all the guards, everybody around her. Because everything, when she said, we're going on a fast, everybody fasted. The guards fasted, anybody who was a servant, because they were dependent on her too, because Israel was in bondage and Israel needed to be delivered. And then there's always a dun 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 in any good fiction movie or any good there's always a villain, and Haman was the villain. So first off, you're scared, you got trepidation, you're uneasy, you're in a new assignment. But your first thing is you got to make sure your attitude is right going in. I remember 2008, 2009, 2008, I started the BK Royston Publishing. 2007, I wrote the book. 2008, started the company. And 2009, somebody came along and said, I like your book. I want you to do the same thing for me. I've written poetry. And that was Miss Cheryl Turner. And I'm like, you just want me to teach you? Because I'd said quite a few no's. But she said, no, I'm going to pay you. Just tell me how much you want. And I'm going to pay you. Well, I didn't even know what to charge. I didn't have a clue. But whatever I charged, she paid it. And the book is still out to this day. But when somebody was willing to pay me for something I did at God's command, my attitude totally changed. My attitude and then my approach totally changed. Because I had been raised in an entrepreneur household. Remember, my dad was a teacher in the day. My mother had a maid service. They had a janitor service at night. So being bivocational and then going to church and all that, keeping all them plates going up in the air, I saw that my whole life. I started answering the phone for my dad at 9 years old. And our family was all in. We liked the benefits, but we were willing to put in the work. Disgruntled, tired, irritated, whatever. We put in the work because we liked the results. Most people are like, oh, they spoiled rotten. Yeah, but you wasn't with us at night, 9 and 10 o'clock at night when we was cleaning the building because somebody gets sick or their car wouldn't run and they couldn't get there. So we had to get up out of the bed, my parents and us, and get in the car and go. Or when I watched my sister while my parents had to go out and clean somebody's building because they couldn't get it. Or get up early in the morning, super early, and clean it before he went to work at 7 o'clock because he was a middle school teacher. I digress. So talking about all into the assignment, your attitude has to change. Okay, what's the attitude for over here? What's the attitude for this level where God has taken me? What's the attitude I have to have for this? Because my attitude had to be, wait a minute, this is just not something for me. And it's based on what I like and based on this book is not just based on what God said and what I like and what. Now I've got to please a client. I've got to satisfy somebody else. And I haven't satisfied everybody. I promise. There have been some people we've had to part ways, and that's just a transparent moment. But our attitude going in is, what do you need? How can I help you? This is what I can offer. And then some people said, yep, I'm all in. And some people said, no, I'm moving on. And I say, God bless you. And bless speed to you. And I got 3 or 4 places I can point you in the direction to. So number one is your attitude has to change. Esther was scared and nervous, but her attitude was all right. I accept the assignment. So her attitude had to change. Her attitude had to be, what do queens do in this position? I can't go by the previous queen because she got fired. So all the prep, all the handmaids, all the preparation, the oils, the bathing, the washing, all of that had to be done. So her attitude had to change. And then secondly, She had to be willing to be teachable. She had to get the advice from Mordecai, who knew what was at stake and what was at risk, but also knew on the other side what her position was and how important it was and how it was critical for the nation of Israel. So you got to be teachable, because even if you're walking into a new assignment the first time, you don't know everything. So when I go, and I've told other people, when you go into, especially when you get promoted, act like you know nothing. Even though you know this is not the way to do it. Hear everybody out. Listen to what they say, because they've been in it. They've been here in this building for the longest time. I went into public school, elementary, from Catholic school, different climate, different people, different situation. When I got there, on my free time, which was very limited, I would be going in other people's rooms looking. Oh, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Oh, where'd you get that from? Oh, I like that. Oh, how do you use that? And because I didn't even have little children. So therefore, I needed to get advice from other people. And I needed to be able to take there. So I had to be teachable. It didn't matter that I had 2 master's degree and a doctor. It mattered nothing, because I did not know anything about public school, elementary. So I knew nothing. I went in like I was 5, like the kindergartners do, starting school for the very first time. You cannot always go into a new assignment, a new situation, especially if been people there before you, and not know, how do they do it here? How do we, how has this been running for 25 years without you? You know, and I've had people do that. I was like, oh, okay. And I take their advice and I take it all in. And, I strive to still be, after 16 years, I tell people I've been in this game 16 years, because they could teach me something new. A little child can teach me something new. They can help me move me on my journey. So therefore, I have to remain teachable. Now, if you come for me and I'm not in the right frame of mind to receive it, it's not a good thing. But I strive to remain open. So I have to have the right attitude. I have to be teachable. And then I have to give attention to detail. Attention to all the steps. Because Mordecai was very specific with Esther. This is what you have to do. Today, you're going to stand against the wall with your best dress, smelling the best, looking the best, hair laid, everything in place. Because you want to get access. But you have to present yourself. So you have to have attention to detail. Publishing is all about that. And if one thing's not right, nothing's right. We got to fix that. That has to be my attention to detail. I got to fix it. I got to adjust it. I got to tweak it. I know that didn't work out. So if you sometimes if you don't have attention to detail, you need to hire somebody or get somebody who has different eyes and can see and can know what looks good. Because sometimes you can't even go by your own advice. What Esther thought would have been great wouldn't necessarily work in that situation, being a young Jewish girl and now a queen position. So her attention to detail, she had no precedent, had no prerequisites for that. Didn't know how you a queen, so she had to be teachable, but she had to pay attention to detail, because now we've gotten into a totally different level. It's not just being queen and being cute and standing off and dressing right and bowing and curtsying when necessary. It is about going up against the enemy himself, who's seeking to kill everybody, wipe everything out. So you have to have attention. And then, of course, being all in. So that's not only taking the advice, but putting the advice in action. You got to do what the people say. You've got to tweak. You may have to do your homework. You may have to do some research. You may have to go online with this YouTube, listen to podcasts, listen to audibles. You may have to take a course online, because that is a beautiful thing, being able to take a course online. You may have to do all kinds of things to tweak your life for that next assignment. You may have to go on some new webinars. I just watched this challenge go on advertisement, and I knew I needed to be in it, but I'm like, do I have the time for that? And then, so I've seen it and said, oh, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Then, as God would have it, I wake up and see somebody sent it to me and says, this is free. You need to be here. I said, never mind. That's the Lord. I just need to be there. I need to be in that. I need to be there in that spot. I need to be in that space. And I need to do it. Now I could have said, no, girl, I don't need that. I'm good. Oh, I'm busy. I'm there. But I have to make time because I'm looking at my new assignment. I'm looking at my new opportunity. Even if it's not an assignment, it's an opportunity. And I need to be positioning myself for that new opportunity. I need to be positioning myself for that new assignment. So there's some things I have to do and some sacrifices I have to make and some time and I have to tweak to be able to do that and to be there. So are you all in? Are you not? You still in the assignment, but as they say, the old folks used to tell us in my home church, you straddling the fence. You're not all in. You still, they was talking about spiritually 1 foot in church and 1 foot in the world. But do you have 1 foot in this assignment and another foot back somewhere else? That's the way I was when I first came home. God said, come home in 1996. And I'm like, okay, I came home. Now I'm ready to go back where I was because I obeyed you. I'm ready to go back to where I was because I like that job and I wanted that new car and I wanted that new house and I wanted all of that. And that's the money for it. And now I'm making $20,000 less. And I'm like, I can't get that with that. I can't beat that with. But it didn't work. That first year was a tug of war, straddling fence until I realized this is not going to work. You're not going to be your best self anywhere. Because one, you can't go back there and you're not all in right here. And so until you get all in right here, you won't be prepared for what's next. Because there is something in this assignment right here. Ugh, ouch. Yeah, that hurt too. I cried into year 2 and 3, but I didn't realize what was being taught, I was being trained to do, what I was being prepared for to move forward. And then, public school in 2006, when I married Brian Royston, he said, "You're not making enough money in private school. You need public school money." And I'm like, no. And I cried that entire year going home and going in there. But I kept on going. Thank God. I told my mother, thank God they pay me every 2 weeks so that'll help me stay in 2 more weeks. The money helped keep me there. But there was a lesson. When I stood there in that library and I said, what in the world, God, am I doing here? He said, if you can lead these children, you are leading a nation. I said, never mind. Sorry. I apologize. So I had to get all in. And I was only all in for 12 years. And I was really kind of moving the last 3 or 4, y'all know. But I had to get all in because you won't fully get what you're supposed to get. You won't be able to complete the assignment and be all that God intends you to be until you're all in. I hope that helps you on your journey. As the old folks say, help you on your way. JuliaAKRoyston.com is where all my online stores and websites, all that good stuff is. And so that it can all help you. Not only what I talked about today, but everything that I'll do in the past and the future to help you, live your best life, coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right there on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. And then coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Spike Davis and Friends show. Tune in for laughs, music, and more right there. After Live Your Best Life on envision-radio.com. And then Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Book Business Boss Show. We're in season 3 already. Can you believe it? Season 3 already. Time is just running. Or am I just getting older? I don't know. Time is just moving right there on envision-radio.com. And the replays are at the Book Business Boss podcast.com. Coming up on April 22nd, I'll be at Charlestown Multicultural Fair at Charlestown High School in Charlestown, Indiana, from 4 to 7 p.m. And then I think the event is from 5 to 7, but I'll be there at 4 o'clock. And then then I'm moving on up and headed to Ohio, to Columbus, Ohio on April 25th through the 27th at the Ohio Alliance of Black School Educators. So I'm looking forward to that. If you're an African-American educator in Ohio area, please come by and see me. I think my booth number is I think it's 26. My booth is 26, so I look forward to seeing you there. And then coming up on May 16th, so the Book Business Boss is my consulting group. And so I've been instructed of the Lord that I need to have 3 panels, and he gave me the 3 panels, and this is going to be the first one. So tune in. We're going to be on, it's going to be live stream on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Julia A. Royston Facebook. I'll be on the Book Business Boss YouTube. So be sure and go to YouTube. There's the link. YouTube channel, Book Business Boss. And then also on LinkedIn. So that's May 16th. Mark your calendar. Are the publishers, that should be panel, not paying, but the publishers panel, are you ready to be a publisher? Most authors who have written a book, I would say 90% who have written a book, there is somebody, at least one person, that has come to you and says, can you help me do my book? And some of you say, no, child, I can tell you and I can forward you. So I appreciate all the clients of mine who've referred and sent people my way. They don't want to publish, but they've sent people my way. So I appreciate that. But then there's always those who think, well, I self-published my book. I could help somebody else, but I need to really be ready for that. So meet us on May 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Book Business Boss panel. Number 1, the publishers panel. Are you ready to be a publisher? What really does it take? I'm not talking about really so much from the author side, but let's talk about it from the publisher side. Panel, and give you a heads up, panel number 2 will be coming up in July, and I'll give out more dates and information about that. And that's beyond the book, what happens after the book is done. When talking to people who've taken their books to the next level or turned into publishers, and what that looks like and that journey and how they got there. And then panel number 3, which is coming up in August, we're going to be talking about community building, building tribes, what it's like to have a tribe, the coach's coach. And so I have 3 phenomenal coaches who have built tribes. I have my own tribe in a way, but not like they do it. So I'm going to be got my pen and paper, taking notes just like you. So join me. I've assembled some wonderful guests, some people I highly love and respect on these panels. And so I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to have a great conversation. Bring your questions. If you have a book and you're thinking about what do I do after this, then jump on in July. And then if you've thought about, or somebody keeps coming to you and telling you, you can help me, I like your book, girl, help me. That's how I got started. First person, that's how I started. But are you really ready to be a publisher? Are you really ready for that? And then if God has called you, there are some coaches who are designed not only just to minister to or to help people, adults, but there are also people who are there for children, or you're called to just women and all of that. So if you know you're called to a specific group, to a specific community, to a specific clientele in a specific life situation, join us as well. So be on the lookout for more information. Always, you can always follow me and connect with me on social media, and I'm always posting and always doing. You can also get on connectwithroyston.com. Yep, just go to that link, connectwithroyston.com. All the links for everything like that is at juliaakroyston.com. Of course, if you're ready to publish your own book and you need help with that, go to talkwithroyston.com. I'm Dr. Julia Royston, praying today, tomorrow, and always that you live your best life and build yourself up so you can build people to build the kingdom. Be blessed and have an awesome rest of the day. Hey, love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, honey, all glory and honor be to God. Thank you so much, Peace Peggy. Looking for more things coming from you. Hello, Miss Faye. How you doing? It's good to see your face, and congratulations. It's all going on with you and your family. I love you always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You all be blessed. Have an awesome rest of the day. Bye-bye.